Hello, and welcome, my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your romantic soulmate read for June, July 2020. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Joining the Circle Productions, and fellow Earth signs. Ready to serve, Virgo that I am. If you are new to my channel, please do consider liking this video if you like it, subscribing to the channel if you like me, hitting the notification bell because I pretty much put out content every single day. I took one day off this week because I was a little burned out with everything going on with Letha and New Moon and all of that. But aside from that, very happy to be serving you, and feel free to comment in the comment section should you feel so drawn. That being said, this is a romantic soulmate contract read. We're going to be reading it like a contract for June, July 2020. Now, soulmate is a type of soul contract different than twin flame. There are links in the description box that will explain the difference between the two, at least how I have come to experience the difference between the two. Essentially, helping each other heal is the foundation of any soulmate contract. They're not all romantic sexual, but the ones we're looking at in this series are. So keep that in mind as we go. You are helping each other heal. Twin flames are different. And these are the romantic context ones for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. We're not doing divine masculine, divine feminine in the contract reads this time. We're going to be putting, we're going to be using the Celtic cross spread, which is lovely. So the first card down will be you, my Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign. The second card down will be your soulmate, and then we'll build the Celtic cross around it. A 10-card spread, but we are going to be adding 5 other cards to help. We're going to start with 2 of the Caroline Mace archetype decks, 1 for you, 1 for your soulmate contract in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contract. Whether you have met each other or not, this is a soul deal. Your personality may want it to happen right now, but remember, the world is still in a big place of change. You're with me? I think you are. Cool. So, please remember to breathe as you go. That's going to keep you in the present moment so that you can feel what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general read so that you can check your other signs as well. Cool. Let's get down to biz. Take a nice deep breath. All the decks that I read are in the description box at the bottom. Just going to make a little more room here. Let's do the deed. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, I need 2 cards. 1 for the Aries and 1 for the soulmate partner, the sexual romantic soulmate partner in this Taurus collective soulmate contract. So please, ready? Here we go. 1 card in clarity. What is the dominant soul power archetype being developed in this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in their soulmate contract, June, July 2020, or timeless? I forget, these are timeless. These are timeless. As the same goes, who is the soulmate? What is the dominant archetype or soul power being developed from lead to gold, shadow to light in the soulmate in this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic soulmate contract for June, July 2020, or timeless? Off the top, you've got it. Let's see who our happy couple is. The healer, the Taurus healer, and your soulmate is the Samaritan. One of the healing family of archetypes, obviously the healer, and one of the divine family of archetypes, the Samaritan, like the Good Samaritan, also a hospital on Long Island. The shadow attribute for you that you will be dealing with in this contract, one would think, for June, July, or timeless, taking advantage of those who need help failing to care for oneself. And chances are, if you're watching videos and have a spiritual bent, it's going to be the second part of that you may not be taking care of yourself as well as you are probably running around healing other people. So remember, soulmate contracts, you help each other heal, so you're already ahead of the game if you're embodying or came in to refine your skill as a healer in some way, shape, or form. The light attribute, passion to serve others. And keep in mind that word passion, to serve others, by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing, which doesn't mean the pain necessarily goes away, because some pain doesn't. Some pain doesn't, but that you help yourself or someone else transform it into a healing journey, a healing path as a result. Very obviously, you could say the major arcana of the healing family of archetypes, and there aren't a whole bunch in that family. But then your soulmate is the Samaritan. Just lovely, lovely, lovely energy. Well, in its light, in its shadow, everything's toxic. The shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. You ever run into that? I have, particularly working with nonprofits. It's like, my name is da-da-da-da-da-da, and I'm making an anonymous donation. Please make sure it's in the program. It's like, it's an anonymous donation. Why, you know? Tricky. The Samaritan in its light, however, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore, right? So there's that, you know, particularly like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, like to see people of all colors stand up for people of black race. It's so ridiculous. There's such a difference between color and heritage, right? But like that, if it like a lot of white people I know are coming to me saying, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm like, well, when you're ready, go tell people you love them. Go tell people of color or black, whatever, that you love them and that you're there for them and that you cry for them, right? So that Samaritan energy is just such a beautiful, heart-centered, lovely, lovely thing. And with a healer, this is a nice couple. I like you two. These are so drastically different from the twin flame readings. Even the cards that come out. Oh, I hate them so much. No, I don't hate the twin flame readings. I just never want to be in another one as long as I live. Breathe. We're going to go for the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to lay down now 10. Count them, 10 positions of the Celtic cross spread. The first two will be one for you and one for your soulmate. Let's do this. Breathe. My goddesses, hi. Hi. We will pull these one at a time. Please, Celtic cross spread for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Sexual, intimate, romantic, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. Soulmate contract for June, July 2020. Please, let's start with what is the card that covers the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. First card down. Who is crossing this Taurus in terms of the soulmate? Crossing in a good way, like crossing your path. Who is the soulmate in this June-July soulmate contract for this Taurus? That Samaritan would be the soulmate. What is at the core? What is at the core? Please show me the core of this Taurus soulmate contract, June-July 2020. Please show me what is behind them. What's in there behind? What's in your behind, my bulls, my Taurus? What's in your collective behinds? Let's find out what's up your butt. What's crowning? What's coming into be? Not so much the future, but the crowning moment. Like what's incarnating as they're watching this, sort of what's going on. The crown. What's crowning here? What's before them on the path as a soulmate contract? Okay. What's the lesson? What is it that they're learning? Because chances are that's what they're helping each other heal, hence a soulmate contract. How does this contract appear from the outside looking in? How does the world see this on a horizontal trajectory? What is the destiny, the fate to destiny, fate and destiny? What is the lead to gold? What is the path of true love, hero's journey aspect of this contract going on right now? And what is, at least for this timeline, in this lifetime, in this quantum thread, their outcome? Thank you so much, my goddesses. Let's see what's going on. Remember, my Taurus, you are the healer in the light and the shadow, and you have been struck by lightning with the Tower. Now, keep in mind, that can be a jolt of Kundalini energy that just breaks things down. It can be enlightenment. It can be... I always say that people want to see it as a negative card. It's definitely destruction of something and fast, rapid change, but it can be the taking away of an illusion, disillusionment, which usually sucks, but it also can be a breakthrough, like a rapid, like, oh, eureka, being struck by lightning. Light is truth. But Kali is the awakener, right? A goddess of, people are terrified of her, but so we are terrified of having our boundaries destroyed when it's time for them to be destroyed. It's just this thing that I learned this from Marianne Williamson decades ago in a lecture she gave. She said that a chick in an egg has everything it needs for a certain amount of time in order to like grow and develop. But at a certain point, the interior part of the egg, a gas is released and it will asphyxiate. It will die unless it chips its way out, right? So it is sort of like that gas being released, and now your old is crumbling. And not that gradual death card necessarily, but that rapid tower struck by lightning thing. So what's going on with your soulmate? The Samaritan is a deception. Now, the Four of Blades is also a card of rest. So usually this talks about self-deception, right? That they've put their own blindfolds on. And I know it looks like the Two of Swords, right? Traditional looking Two of Swords balancing a sword on each shoulder, but underneath her, you probably can't see, are two crossed swords under the stone bench she's sitting on there. So with the blindfold and all of that, and that sort of like calm water behind, this can be a card of deliberate meditation and reflection, but with the word deception written on the card, it's usually to find out how somebody was deceiving themselves. Not necessarily that they are the deceivers, although I have to say, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer when you might have been deceiving somebody that, no, I'm just here to help, I'm just being a good Samaritan, and then wanting them to reciprocate, right? Tricky, or at least to get recognition for it. Healer and a Samaritan. Interesting. What's at the core of this? Compassion. Six of Cups, you're helping each other heal. A strong, warm, loving, and I'm getting the word snuggly on this one too. Well, it would be, right? Taurus, earth signs. That there is something very emotional here, very balanced, very much an even give and take here, at least in the foundation, subconsciously in the contract, if you two have not met yet, but that means you're already sharing empathic energy back and forth, I would think. Make sure you're doing some breath work here, that you're staying grounded, that you remember that everything that you're feeling is not yours if you identify as an empath in that way, even down to the physical, visceral stuff, that there's such a connection between the emotions and the physiology in terms of hormones and oh god, just all the stuff that the hypothalamus cranks out according to every emotion is just tricky to just remember to breathe through that, right? That you two might be, I wouldn't say telepathically communicating, although that might be, but empathically communicate. It's like we need to take the tele out and just be empathically, right? Telepathically, empathically communicating. What's going on here, what's behind you, is the Nine of Flames. Definitely a journey has brought you together, or at least that last push of energy, right? Like the 9 to just like, I just need that last little to make it to the 10, right? In this deck, the Wanderer, but not all who wander are lost here, particularly with the healer who might be wandering the healing path, and the same for the Samaritan. I do feel like you both have come together. If you have not met yet, you might be, because you've got the majority of a journey behind you. There's definitely a completion here. Let's just look at the 5th position. Yeah, well, here we go. We've got the Four of Cups. Now, the fours in this deck tend to be a little bit more on the sadder side, right? Like here, the Four of Blades, deception, which can also mean meditation, introspection, but in order to see where you are deceiving yourself. And by the way, with that lightning bolt, my healer friend, that might be going on with you too. So though the card is talking about sorrow, Four of Cups is usually a sense of dissatisfaction or at least emotional release. So where you are going right now, what's coming into being might very well be a very strong empathic connection here. If one of you is feeling sorrow, if one of you is feeling discontent in the situations that you are in, maybe not the connection that the two of you are in. Do you know what I mean? If you haven't met yet, or if you know each other but are at a distance, keep in mind not everything that you're feeling is your own. And I say that because we're dealing with a Taurus as a healer archetype. You might absolutely be empathing and healing. You gotta heal it to feel it. Clearing out the energy of your soulmate partner. That's one of the ways empaths help their partners heal, is by taking on their energy, transmuting it for them, but they don't know they're doing it. So they think it's their own, and so the healing becomes a bit repetitive and cyclic that way until they catch on. Interesting. That dissatisfaction leads to what before them? Sagittarius. Now, just because it's a court card doesn't mean necessarily it's another person, but it absolutely can indicate a change, right? Mutable fire, changeable fire, like wildfire. Caridwen and her cauldron of transformation. Something definitely changes here, but it can be, because ruled by Jupiter, in a very fun way, in a very joyful way, in a very expansive way. So if you two have not met yet, it might be that you're still kind of dealing either with current relationships that you're just unsatisfied with, just dissatisfaction in life in general, but you're both sort of coming into that feeling, mourning. I mean, as ever, it's 3 cups knocked over, 1 cup standing. But you get that there is a very strong connection here that is going to lead to some expansion. So I really recommend some emotional healing work. Not that the emotions need healing, but that the emotionality is a sign of transformation and healing already taking place within your energy field and your cell tissue. But it also feels like in the contract itself. So if you have not met, or if you have met and are at a distance, get that you are probably amplified by feeling the other person's stuff here too. But as it clears, it leads to a really nice feeling change here with the Sagittarius, something more expansive and perhaps even freeing, because freedom's a big word with Sagittarius. What's your lesson? Victory. So whatever has been victimizing you, you're both learning how victory and can help each other heal in a victorious way. That's lovely. I really like these spreads. I really like this Celtic Cross spread for these soulmate readings. I know it's quick. We'll get back to it. I just want to see, from the outside looking in, this is a very meditative, I mean, you got to admit, 7 of Blades, right? Usually a tricky card, a sneaky card. And if there is some sneaky going on here, you need to really kind of get that part of the dissatisfaction is maybe there is some deception in play, perhaps. But in this deck, it is called meditation. I know it's not usually what the 7 of Blades is called. It's usually that sneaking away with a bunch of swords and leaving 2 behind, right? This is really more that stillness, that silence, that there's probably a lot of contemplation going on here, a lot of thought going on here from the outside looking in on a horizontal trajectory. What's your fate and your destiny? 2 of Cups. Now I know people are like, oh, 2 of Cups, it's the true love card. It's a 2. It's not a 10, it's a 2. It means, like, I love it. It's called the whirlpool. It's 2 cups in a whirlpool that are getting together slowly. They're just that straight trajectory. It's like they're circling each other. This is part of the wooing. This is part of the dance of it all, the mating dance in terms of romance and sexuality. So your destiny right now is to feel what you're feeling. Feel it, embrace it. But I don't get the feeling that the 2 of you ultimately are together. You're both probably very dissatisfied with the way things are in the contract, but do know that that is going to change. In other words, the emotions that you're feeling, you're actually healing to make room. To make room, definitely clearing out the cellular, emotional, vibrational purge of humanity. And your outcome, the Witch, the card of the Magician, that the 2 of you are going to manifest this. The two of you are going to make this work, but you're going to make it work together. This isn't just one of you like casting a spell and poof. Oh my goodness. Even Piper and Leo had a hard time of it, sweetheart. There was a charmed one and a white lighter. I could put anything into a charmed context. Well, I always said I should have been in the spelling tradition. The Aaron spelling tradition. That being said, really, really, really lovely here, particularly in the staff that you're learning victory. You're learning how to overcome things together. Oh, and you have a 7 and a 7. I would have caught that in when I'll pop up the picture in a minute. We've still got 3 more cards to lay down. So let's do that. Let's take this into the angel stuff, because then I'll get all the pieces of the puzzle on the table. Healing with the Angel's Oracle. Who is the angel that's helping your soulmate contract? Breathe. My angels and archangels, please, one card in clarity. From the Healing with the Angels Oracle deck, who is the healing angel helping to serve this Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, soulmate contract for June 2020 or timeless? Who is the angel assigned to this contract? And that would be the angel of music, because it makes the people come together. Right? So music, there's something musical here. Now, if one of you is a musician, that's going to hit like instantly, like, oh, he's a musician. But if not, like, music definitely plays a role in this. And also keep in mind that every song has a beginning, middle, and end, unless, of course, it's that lamb chop song that never ends. Don't go there, don't go there, think of other things. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. That there is a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then the next song plays. So it might be that you guys are really coming from this song of almost, but not quite there, and a little dissatisfied that you can't be with each other right now, where one of you is and the other is empathing it. But there's an exciting expansion and time of change coming here. So if you can listen to the songs as you go, the songs in your head, the songs that you overhear, take little signs from them here and there, but also know that if you have any musical skill at all, right, express yourself musically if that's a thing for either one of you. But even the larger scale, to see it as this is an album playing out, you'll be able to look back over this period of your life and give it an album like Globe Sessions for me. In the 90s, big album, My Favorite Mistake. Oh, that song has been dedicated to several men in my life. So, cool, you with me? The healing angel of music. Listen to music and heal, whatever. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved. In other words, your higher self, Taurus, and the higher self of this Samaritan archetype in your life. Both of them get together and choose one from the Whispers of Love Oracle, shall we? Breathe. The higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contract for June, July 2020 or timeless. What is your whisper of love for this healer and this Samaritan? Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. This is all perfectly choreographed, people. This is all beyond your control. You have free will, everybody does, but even your free will choices are woven into the miracles and the blessings of this. So even though you may be very dissatisfied, even though you might even be feeling sorrow, loneliness, the whole nine, embrace it, love that child of your heart. You are being prepared. Even that has a blessing and a gift, because you are clearing out your cell tissue from relationships past. And you're helping each other do it. You just may not realize it, even if you haven't met, even if you don't know each other's names. That's part of the preparation of it, right? And of course, you will heal in each other's arms and cry and all of that loving, wonderful stuff. But even if that's that you are together with your soulmate, then that process of that's what it's like. I feel with the compassion at the core here. When I pop up the whole picture, you'll see it. So your last card down then, my darlings, with that Miracles and Blessings card done, is, of course, a Healing Mantra deck card by Matt Kahn. What is the healing mantra? That it doesn't matter. And by the way, the Samaritan here would, I guess, be the cross watcher. Whoever does this mantra, they're helping both of you heal, right? You're helping yourself heal and the other one heal, even if you haven't met yet. And if you know each other, say, just try this mantra for a few days. And, you know, sometimes mantras, some people it's instantaneous, or other people it takes a week or so, or however long for the mantra to make its way. Not like an affirmation, but for the subconscious to really say, oh, this is what you're asking for, right? To feel it out for you individually. It just takes time. It's like a pair of gloves, right? Not so all one size fits all. Oh, my air conditioning, thank God. Breathe. Yeah, it's in the 80s today here on Long Island. You ready, my Ascended Masters? Here we go. They're always ready. My Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contracts, please, what is the perfect healing mantra for this Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, soulmate contract? What kind of soulmate contract? A happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contract, timeless, or for June, July 2020, whenever they're supposed to see this, please, what is their perfect healing mantra for this healer and Samaritan archetype? Dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. Here it is. There's your sorrow. There's your sadness, and it's coming in. It is in the crowning position. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. It's I mean, that's sort of on the nose. Sorry, sort of on the nose. Oh, and I opened right to it in the bookiness of the book. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. When sadness dissolves, you are able to acknowledge upheavals of emotion as profound healings taking place. As a result, you are inspired to give your body the rest and rejuvenation it needs, rather than to push yourself into states of imbalance. See, that's the thing as the Taurus, and is that part of your shadow, failing to take care of oneself, right? So you need to rest your way through this. As you dissolve sadness, you become aware of the vital role downtime plays in helping you recharge your energy field. This mantra is ideal for dealing with depression, fighting against time, and learning how to relax. In other words, it's like, oh my God, I just can't wait for this anymore. That's a part of fighting against time. It's like, let me just breathe. Because it totally makes sense that you're probably not with the person that you want to be right now, or just there's an emotional dissatisfaction, like I said, empathically going on here. Oh, why don't I just do the magic clap and pop up the picture and you'll see for yourself. Breathe. Magic clap. We've got you as the healer here. The shadow attribute of the healer. Taking advantage of those who need help and failing to care for oneself. The light attribute, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. And you are covered by the Kali card, the Tower card on that. So you have been struck by lightning. Maybe you have met this person and it has completely changed your life, or there's been some instant transformation in this contract where now it has become, or maybe both of your lives, maybe your life has been struck by some of this insane change going on planet Earth right now, regardless of the 8,000 retrogrades that seem to be going on planetarily. Your soulmate partner here, the Samaritan, in the shadow, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help they offer. Now, exacting is like holding somebody at knife point. It's like robbing. It's like exacting appreciation and recognition. There's definitely pressure there. But the light attribute refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. I think a healer and a Samaritan, both in their light, you're going to help each other heal in ways and address things that really could be so uncomfortable. And particularly with that Four of Cups crowning this reading, it feels like that's part of this as well. Because what I'm looking at the core here in your third position at the bottom is the Six of Cups. There's a lot of love here. And it's not just the romantic sexual. There is soul love here, agape, if you will. That love in action, that brotherhood, sisterhood, spiritual kind of love is at work here as well as an undercurrent. And with that Nine of Flames in both of your past, it's really the wanderer. You've really sort of made your way to each other, a very long and winding road that leads to your door. I'm going to take a sip of water for that in a bit. But it's that last burst of strength that you need to make it to completion. So that's what says to me, you two might know each other, but you might not be together, because that Four of Cups crowning that sorrow, that sadness, right? Dispelling sadness in the mantra there. I could get that, where you've met. It may feel a little twin flame. Yeah, and then we were torn apart. Well, sometimes soulmates go that way too, right? You might circle each other's lives until it's really time for the two of you to settle down. I hate that word, but you know what I mean? So right now there might be a sense of loss, a sense of loneliness, a sense of sadness here. But that does transform with that Sagittarius, that Carwood, when a transformation takes place, one that might bring more freedom, joy, playfulness, very mutable fire, or at least some new desires being stirred as a result. So your cross is actually very lovely. Even the staff up the side, you've got the Seven of Flames here, the card of victory, that this is about overcoming. You're learning how to overcome your own stuff. Even if you're not together, you're helping each other do this. The quantum entanglement of victory, set boundaries, self-esteem, move from victim to victor, and jump over the hurdles necessary for you to achieve that which you truly have come to do in this life and experience in this life. From the outside looking in, with that meditation card, Seven of Blades, it might, yes, Seven of Blades can often refer to a little tricky, sneaky here, but I also think there's a great deal of thought and contemplation, and not just thinking, meditation, really running it through the soul. How does this feel? How does this feel? Where is this pain coming from, this sorrow? Is it just the missing of this beloved Samaritan or healer? Or is it something deeper that really needs to be addressed and healed here? Because there's no question, your destiny, you're drawn together. The Two of Cups, there's a strong attraction here, a strong emotional bond, which is leading me to something a little bit more empathic here as well. I have to say, there's a good, well, I mean, there's only 3 water cards in the spread. There's 3 fire cards, right? 1 air card and the rest, 2 air cards, and then the rest is major arcana. So you do have a decent balance here. But with that destiny here, you can trust what you're feeling for this person as being part of your journey as well. They do feel the same way, but there's a lot of compassion. There's a lot of healing going on here. If the two of you have not met yet, then that healing has got to continue for a bit longer, because you do end with the card of the Witch, a manifestation of something coming down from inspiration down into form, right? But it is initiated. The action must be taken. A decision must be made. To initiate means to begin, and that is really being the lightning rod of the divine that the card of the Magician or the Witch depicts in the tarot. Keeping in mind that the angel here is music, that music's just a part of this contract right now. Pay attention to songs in your head that get stuck, right? Earworms. Pay attention to songs that repeat, songs that have meaning, that when you're thinking a question or have a question and then a song comes to you and gives you an answer. But it can also mean that you're in a certain phase of your relationship, like a song on an album. Keep going. The song will change, as I see, going from that Four of Cups, hey, won't you play another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song, to maybe even Walking on Sunshine with that Crown of Flames there, as well as there can be a musical connection here between the two of you. And with that card of miracles and blessings, the message from your higher selves, really keep that in mind. Everything has a gift. That even this sorrow there is a gift. That even if your heart is breaking, your heart is actually being expanded to feel deeper depths of love and compassion, and maybe even passion, and maybe even ecstasy and bliss here you're being cleared out for. And certainly with what to do in the meantime, the healing mantra of dispelling sadness, I will feel better once I get the rest I need, will definitely be of help to you as a healer, my Taurus, but even as the Samaritan. Make sure that the person you need to help that you would prefer to ignore isn't yourself. Pretty neat, my Taurians. Definitely you've got that healer archetype here, and getting that soulmates are about helping each other heal. Then this feels very symbiotic and very, very helpful, and don't worry, manifestation will come. It just might not, with that dispelling sadness and needing rest, that's probably more of the healing options That's in front of you right now at the moment. Cool? So may the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their soulmate contracts. June, July 2020 are timeless, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may really experience the miracles and the blessings in this relationship, that they may get the rest that they need, dispelling the sadness, that they may follow the music, right, as they heal and serve each other and others for the well-being of all. May the Taurian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be so blessed in their soul-mate contracts. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching. Again, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment if you feel it. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the rest of this summer, my darlings, my Taurians. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.